Hello viewers, so here we are then for a one-off quick look at SBK Generations. Unfortunately we didn't get this before the game was released, and so we're just catching up with it now on this one-off video this week. So here I am then, racing away. It's Tom Sykes at the Monza course where he did so well this year. Shame he was only had to finish on half points of course at the time, ran those first couple of corners, and either way they changed the opening of the track for the bikes there. Gives you a nicer, quicker flow through the corner. This is running on the full simulation mode, but with rider weight off and automatic gears at the moment, simply because I haven't had the time to learn all the gearings for the corners and everything else. So far then, you can see, actually, I've not played any of this version yet, of course, and I found it much easier to play than the previous versions actually. I think you'll see that by my bike positioning. Now I do struggle on these two Degners. You can see there the bike goes wide. I find I either oversteer and then have to correct in the middle of the corner, or understeer. It's very difficult finding it, that sort of sweet spot. We got the sweet spot there. You'll see it a couple of times in the race, but then you'll also see times where I just miss the corner. Just haven't quite got the hang of it yet. It needs a lot more practice, and I think the only way to do that really is to have lots of time trials. The rider AI is not on hard, it's on not the easy setting but the amateur setting at the moment, just to get a feel for it. Riders are a mix of quick and blind at times, it has to be said, so you do want to get past them at the right points on the racetrack, otherwise you can find them sweeping straight into you and taking you off your bike. So into Parabolica then. The curbing doesn't look quite right at all there. The track rendition in general is okay, it's nothing spectacular. Actually I thought there were better graphics in a previous version, but on the whole, so far so good then. I found it reasonably playable for bike fans. One interesting thing actually is turning off the racing line. I actually found it difficult trying to find the option. It's called the drive path. So if you ever play the game, you look in the HUD options, you've got the drive path, not the racing line indicator. Slightly confusing now, I had no idea what that was, so I had to flick a few options to find it. Trying to get on the power. We're using tyre wear in this run. This is a 5-lap race. So lap 2. Of course the lap indicator is covered by the replay I've got in the top corner there, just to give you guys a little look at the replay as well. The final lap I've removed that replay just so you can see the full screen and the lap counter. So struggling again, and again wide there, just not getting that sweeping right. So sometimes you need to sweep in a little bit earlier than perhaps you expect, and for me they just caught me out a couple of times there. I had to back right out the power, lost a lot of speed and time. Of course when you've practiced the game loads, you'll be much quicker into those corners. Around Ascari, again tricky because you need to be slow around the first part to give you a good run here. So I was learning the exit run essentially, but I still make mistakes as I sort of push the limits as I go on. This is more of a learning ride than anything. I'm discovering, you know, where to brake and how late you can brake and how fast or slow you want to enter some sections. Oh, nearly making a mistake there. Now you're really gradual on the power, otherwise the bike will just come out from under you, it'll just spin out straight away. So a lot of these times in these corners you'll see I'm actually quite progressive through the corner before going for it on the straight. Using my marker board, I go past the first and brake just before the second. Probably a little bit too late there actually. But either way, didn't lose too much time. These guys all bunched up, getting in each other's way. A little bit of jostling there, wheel to wheel. Oh, just about kept it on the racetrack. If you do get on the grass at that speed, it's all over for you, so didn't really see where I could go there. Had to cut the corner a little bit. This is where the AI is a little bit quicker than me in this section. And again, I'm trying to find the speed, but just not quite getting it in perfectly, but trying to find the line. Either way though, it certainly seems reasonably playable. I've had some good fun on this so far. I haven't checked out lots of circuits, just a couple. But there are lots of circuits that I'll need to investigate in the future. But this is just going to be I think just our one video on SBK. The game is already out now to buy, so I'm sure you'll see lots of videos appearing on the web. And possibly a review on the VV website. We'll have to wait and see on that one. It's very busy this week with all the E3 news, so we're working hard to catch up with all that for you guys. So lap 3 of 5, braking into this final corner again. You do have to be quite aggressive when you're cutting through, otherwise you'll end up stuck behind an AI rider and you just won't be going anywhere. And the difficulty really affects not so much the speed of the bikes, but the braking. My braking's a lot easier than theirs. But you can see the racing line gradually developing, and of course my tyres are wearing ever so slightly, but this isn't a full race distance. It would be interesting to see how it wears over a full race distance. I've got bike damage turned on, and of course if you do fall off your bike, you'll really see the difference in the bike performance. The tyre wear was gentle tyre wear, so what I found was obviously I wasn't able to accelerate as quickly out of the corners, had to be much more progressive. The turn-in grip wasn't there, so struggling on the final lap a little bit just as I get used to it. And struggling through these corners, just trying to find that sweeping line. Again, like I say, it's earlier than you expect, but it's really nice when you get it right. You know, you can really get on the power nice and early and sweep out, get a lot of speed down the next straight. Under the bridge of the old circuit there, the banked corner. Braking a little bit later this time. I was trying a different braking point, didn't work for me. It doesn't help that the tyres are gradually wearing out as well. So in the lead now. This is a real opportunity for me to just settle down and begin testing the bike. I thought rather than just do a time trial mode for you guys, I thought I'd at least have a race with it, and then once I'm in the lead I can settle down and really start to see how much quicker I can go. But I would probably need to do another 20-30 laps minimum to really put in a representative pace. Just getting a feel for the bike, the different types of braking. As I say, tyre wear has an impact. Again, braking too late there. Lucky I've got a bit of a lead, otherwise I'd probably have lost it. I was very slow out of that corner. You're not full speed around here, as you'll hear. There's a lift and then gentle application of power again. Important to get this chicane right, otherwise you can easily fly across it. Now into the Degners again. And again, struggling a little bit this time, trying to find that line. Slow in, fast out is definitely the way forward, has to be said. You do just want to get that front into the corner, and then at least you have all the control on the exit. So far, SBK, this is just a very quick run on it rather than a preview or review, anything like that. We've been sent it so late, unfortunately, it doesn't really give us the time to do a lot before you guys see it. Do let me know your feedback on the game so far, what you've been thinking about it. The different modes. Always good to hear from bike fans, your thoughts, and of course those comments and thoughts do go back to the developers as well. When I speak to developers, I always like to let them know the community opinion on these things. But that is a very brief look as I go in there ready to give a wave, and that is a very brief look at SBK Generations. As ever, there'll be more soon.